Hello, hello, hello. You are welcome. Uh, yeah, you are welcome here, everyone. Though we haven't got anyone here yet, but it's a lovely weather. Let me see what's happening with my mic. Yes, it's a lovely weather, and we are live on Dr. Bumi Abel TV. So we have a lovely guest with us today, and but for some reason my screen is freezing. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Don't know why my screen is freezing. Okay, can hear me. All right, good. So we are live talking about dealing with stress. And one of the ways I have decided to deal with my own weekend stress is to just lay out in the garden, enjoy the lovely sunshine, because we don't have this all the time here in the UK. So it's nice to, I don't know if it's vitamin D now because it's already 2 o'clock, but whatever name it is, I know I'm having a swell time in the garden. So hope you are somewhere nice. Hope you are enjoying the weather wherever you are. This is Bumi Abel TV. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for always coming around to cheer on. And today, without further ado, we will get on with the program. I'll invite on the screen. For some reason, my screen looks frozen. Is my screen frozen? Does it look like my screen is frozen? Let's see. Yeah, well done. Thank you very much. Speaking Grace, you are welcome. Thank you very much for being there. Yes. Thank you very much for coming on on this show today. It's about relieving stress. So how do we relieve stress? We know sometimes in our daily walk, in our daily career, vocation, or whatever it is we do, we tend to find a lot of stress. And there's so many things that have been happening over the past few months where we just hear of people just dropping dead, and we begin to wonder what happens to them. Were they stressed out or what? Yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely sunny day. Thank you very much, Speaking Grace. Thank you for joining. So, without further ado, we are going to invite on our show today a very lovely sister. She is a doctor. I will put on there what, let me, 1 minute. So, she is a doctor by profession, and she's here to actually talk to us about how she relieves stress, how to deal with stress, because we all face stress at one point or the other in our lives. So either you're in the ministry, or you're doing YouTube channels, or you have a vocation, or you have a calling or career or profession, whatever it is. We are here to learn from someone who knows what she's talking about. And so our guest today is Dr. Eyitayo Adunmo, and she's a consultant family physician. She's also a business coach, a lover of God, and married with kids. So I'll invite her on the screen today. Yes, you are welcome. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy and so glad to be here today and to
Thank you.
connect with each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you can hear me from and whatever time you are hearing me from. I am Eyitayo Adunmo. I'm a consultant family physician, and the journey for being in the medical school started about 19 years ago.
Mm,
And it was at that point in time, I just made a decision that I wanted to go into it. Why? Because I love going and working, helping people to see that they are better. And I love seeing people getting sick. So that was one of the reasons why I actually went into the medical profession at that time. And it has been a wonderful journey from going from that stage. Later, after I finished, to now become professional, to go to study more, I looked at so many fields because there are so many fields in medicine. And the reason why I chose to be a consultant family physician was that I actually wanted to help families. I wanted to help and connect with families. So that made me actually to go into that profession to learn how do I connect with families and help everyone in the family, right from the father, the mother, the kids, the elderly ones, everyone around in that particular family. How do I help them? That was what
Mm.
made me to go into the profession of being a consultant family physician. And
Wow.
not only that, the journey of those 19 years has actually been stressful because we also experience stress every day, every time. And thank God we've been able to manage the stress wave we encountered in one way or the other. Because even while I was still in school, I was still able to, do other curricular activities and also move fellowship with God and all that. So it was really a wonderful time spending that time and being able to manage the stress at that point in time and throughout all the journey. When I started to become a consultant family physician, it was stressful along the line because I was having kids to take care of with
Mm.
my husband. Sometimes I'll be at work from morning till evening. You understand the way it is. So it was really a stressful thing managing those times. But through that, we've been able to learn how to manage and deal and manage your time to see that at the end of the day, we still come out good and fine so that the stress does not overcome us. Let me use that word. But we are able to manage it and we are able to still keep healthy and fit.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it's so nice to see that you have been in it. It's not like you something you're just quoting out of a textbook. You have
Yes.
been in it. You're a family person yourself and you know what the kind of stress, the different kinds of stress
Oh,
people
yes.
could be going through in life. And you are a medical person, so you know what it means. So you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm glad you're here today and you're able to find time. Thank you to those who are coming on Facebook, who are on YouTube, who are here. I am. You might see. I just want to let out the sweat because we don't have this kind of weather every day. So in the UK, I'm trying to. I don't know if it's tanning myself. I should say whatever it is. But I'm glad that you are here joining us. And thank you to Speaking Grace TV for joining us. Please write your comments down below, subscribe, like, and do whatever it is you need to do. And even share with other people so that so many people who are going through all of these things going to be talking about today can also learn. The essence of doing this is not to keep it to ourselves, is to care for other people and let them understand what they need to do when the signs are there, what they need to do to take a back seat or whatever it is our guest will be telling us today. So I would like to ask, what is stress? What are the different types of stress? And how can it affect individuals in their career?
Thank you very much. Stress, majorly, let me use the simple definition, is the body's response to changes in our life. In life generally, change is a constant thing. We change from day to day, from time to time, and changes occur in different and diverse places. So stress is just a response to those changes that occur. And then sometimes it may be a normal part of life in which it can help you to grow and learn. Not only that, it's also a natural feeling of not being able to cope with specific demands or events happening in your life at that point in time. So stress most times is something that can be good, let me use the word, and it can be bad. It can be good in the sense that it can help you to grow and learn and help you to, know some things and help you to be able to know how to manage yourself. But it may also be in the opposite direction, in which it may cause significant problems to you if you don't know how best to manage it. Now, the different types of stress that we have acute and chronic stress. Acute stress happens day in, day out. These are short-term stress, and they are the most common form of stress that we know. Most times it's something that comes, you just face it for a little time. Take, for example, in your workplace, you have a project to meet at a particular time. You may be stressed because of that project and because you wanted to meet up with maybe the submission time of that project. So that may be an acute stress that you face. Then, apart from that, you can have other things that may give you acute stress, like maybe an event occurred and then it affected you badly. That may just be an acute stress that you're facing. The other second type of stress that we have is chronic stress. For chronic stress, most times it's over a long period of time. It's not something that's just happening acutely. And most times it may be harmful to you at the point at the end of the day, because it would affect your health, it will affect the way we relate with others, it will affect everything about you. So the best thing is to deal with acute stress so that it does not become chronic stress, because from acute it can become chronic. If you're having it repeatedly and it's occurring all the time, it's better you handle it. Now, how can it affect individuals in their career? The truth is, it can affect you in your career, because for acute stress, most times it may be something you can still manage, but when it becomes chronic, especially for chronic stress, most times when it can happen in career is for people that maybe they get a job. It is not the job they love doing, but they just went into it because they couldn't get any other thing to do. They just wanted to make money out of it. At the end of the day, it can become stressful for you. Why? Because it is not something you are doing with all your strength and might. You're only doing it because you needed something to just come in for you, as in terms of money. Another thing is that if you are someone that also you are busy, or you have a bad leadership, maybe a bad boss, a boss that's always nagging or keep putting you in trouble, it can be a form of chronic stress for you. Why? Because you see the person every day and you have to move with the person every day. Those are ways in which you can affect every individual in their different parts of life. So you can actually have acute and chronic also in your workplace. Chronic stress can also come in also when you also meet with people that are very toxic, maybe co-workers that are not cooperative, hard to relate with. Or you are given a duty at work to do that you discover that you find it very difficult. Maybe it's not your role, or you were given extra role to perform, maybe because of lack of manpower or something, which can put you or make you to become stressful at the end of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, true. True. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to know that there are good sides to stress and there are bad sides to stress. What we want to do is to um, harness the good part of it and make sure we use it for our benefit, like increasing productivity. And sometimes I tell some people, I say I think I perform better on the stress when I know that there's a deadline. I kind of all the adrenaline
Yes,
kicks in.
push
That's the
into
good
it.
part. But then you don't want to do that every day, do you? So we don't want to do that every day. Well, thank you very much. I was looking at some statistics. I don't think it will fit on in the it will fit in the screen,
Yes,
but let me
some stuff.
divide it into two. So it says, according to a survey carried out in the UK in 2020, the most common type of stress experienced by Brits was work stress, and with 9% of respondents saying they frequently felt this type of stress. Now, furthermore, 60% of respondents frequently feel monetary stress, while 48% experienced family stress. So, stress is not just one, is not just work or career based, it's in every aspect of life. So, that leads me to a question that I'll be asking. For those who are on Facebook, we will be going. Let me see. Let me see. For those who are on Facebook, sorry, we will be going off Facebook for now. Please join us on YouTube. We'll be going off Facebook because we want everyone to just be able to watch it on YouTube. So I will be removing Facebook, this Facebook link. So yeah, you haven't missed anything. Just go on YouTube. The link is there. Just try to go on YouTube. All right. Thank you very much, and we continue with that. So yes, save changes. Now, what what are the signs that show a person is stressed, either in their career or workplace, or they're having financial stress or family stress or whatever kind of stress? What are those signs we need to watch out for?
Thank you very
Can you
much.
please tell us?
For the before I go into the signs we want to see, the statistics you just brought out now, I remember that I also read and I discovered that generally the stress people feels more is work stress.
Hmm.
From statistics in different places, I read that of the American Psychology of Association. I read that of the UK too. I saw that of Nigeria too. Generally, people face work stress and monetary stress more than any other form of stress put together. So those are key things that we need to look into so that it doesn't affect us negatively in any area. Okay, so the signs and symptoms you can have when it comes to stress, especially when it comes to work stress, are things like headaches.
Hmm.
Headaches are common things you can have as a result of work stress. And most times it's described as tension headache. That means you feel as if something is round your head. So you just be feeling the headache round the head. So headaches are common things. Muscle aches are also very common. Aches in any part of the body can be found. And then another thing that can occur for work stress, if it's short term, it's better, but long term, it's not so good when it comes to not being able to sleep. So sleeplessness, in which you are not able to sleep at any point in time, if it's over a long period of time, is not so good for the health. God knowingly put sleep there to help us to break and reduce stress, because it's part of reducing stress. So,
Yeah.
but when you're not able to sleep, it actually makes you feel more stressful. And then another thing is that work stress, one of the things that work can cause, or signs that you are stressed, it may be that you discover that you are becoming more obese. Why? Because you sit more, you're not, you do more of a sedentary lifestyle thing, and so you think you tend to gain more weight as a result of stress. The last thing I want to mention is burnout. And burnout is the highest form of stress, in which the person feels as this everything is meaningless, and they disconnect between what they are doing and the current thing they are doing. They are disconnected from it. Why? Because they are burnt out. And so many things can cause burnout. All the things we have mentioned before are the things that can cause burnout. When stress gets to the highest peak is what we call burnout. So other things we can see as signs are anxiety too.
Yeah.
You just feel that you are anxious, and then you are fearful over things that are not need, you don't need to be fearful of. Other things that you feel fatigue, you feel weak, you are not able to concentrate with the work you are doing. And then some people even find it unable, they withdraw from other people. So there may be social withdrawal, withdraw from other people around them, which are signs that are not too good when someone starts withdrawing from people around. And not only that, they become aggressive with everyone in the workplace, which are not too good and may affect their relationship with people around them. So those are possible
True.
signs we can see. Another thing people go into there, that they may start taking drugs or alcohol when they have become stressed, or some people even lose their drive for sex naturally because of the stressful condition in which they find themselves. Okay, thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it affects every aspect of life, from the crown of our heads to the sole of our feet. It affects us, and even not just us, but people around us when we are stressed. So, like we said, let us harness the good parts of stress and do away with the other part. Speaking Grace says, very profound discussion. Thank you very much, Speaking Grace. Yes. Please write your comments in the comment section. Remember to do what you have to do, like, share, subscribe, and all of that. Thank you very much, Dr. Adunmo, for throwing more light on that. Now, the next question is, how do you prevent a situation from getting too stressful to manage? You've said, oh, one of the signs is headache. Some people become shouty, shouting at their spouse or parent, or children or people around them. They begin to break relationships. There's so many. They become aggressive. When you're stressed, you become burnout. You have no energy, and so many other things you've said. Now, how do we prevent a situation from getting too stressful to manage? What can you do when you are stressed?
Thank you very much. Things we can do that we can use to prevent stress. Uh, I have like six things listed out that I want us to take note of, that we can do that can help us to prevent stressful condition. Number one is that you must work with purpose. That means you will look at what you are doing, the impact of what you are doing on others. That means, how is it impacting people? Oh, I'm doing this because I want to make things better for other people. Oh, I'm doing this because of this. So work with purpose. Know the reason why you are doing what you are doing. That would help you to prevent you from being able to manage the stress in which you are going to get to. Not only that, you must take control. That's the second thing. Take control of the situation. So how do you take control? You can have a to-do list. These and these and these are what I want to do today. Having a to-do list helps you to at least be able to manage yourself well throughout the day. So you take control of the situation. The third thing you need to do is that you must rationalize your workload. What do I mean by this? It means there are times you need to delegate responsibility to others, so delegate.
Hmm.
There are times you may have to eliminate some things that will cause stress, then eliminate them. That means remove them from the way so that they won't make you stressful. When you need to
Hmm.
allow others do it, let them do it. So it's always better. Doing this helps you to be able to, take control and prevent stress from coming your way. The fourth thing is regular exercise. Exercise does not mean until you go out and do things. Even in your house, you can do exercise. You can wake up in the morning and jump up 100 times. I do it myself. That way it helps me to be able to keep my day going. So
Hmm.
exercise can be in different forms. So regular exercise helps you to keep fit and helps you to be agile and be able to work and reduce any form of stress. The fifth thing is that you must learn to manage your stress. That's the way to prevent it. Learning to manage that stress will help you to prevent you from getting into stressful situations that would be negative or impact you in any way. The
Hmm.
sixth thing is that you must be willing to give to others. That means even when you're in your busy schedule, deciding to help somebody else in a way it gives you joy and makes you feel fulfilled, and so helps you to be able to relieve stress. So give to others, help others, do something or the other for the other person, and thereby you prevent yourself from getting into any form of stressful situation. Thank you.
Hmm. That's true. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, getting into a stressful situation is not what we want to what we want as parents, as workers, as children, as whatever it is we are, whatever position we are, mothers, fathers. So learning about this is actually an eye opener for me as well. Thank you very much for showing us that. There's a question here. I've got someone Tolu Alonga saying very relevant topic. Thank you. Speaking Grace saying I have shared. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you, because we all need to hear this. As long as we have blood going in our veins, we are prone to stress. And there's a question from TW saying, do teenagers go through stress and from what age?
Hello.
Yes. Did you
Okay.
hear that?
Yes. Yes, I had. Everybody goes through stress. Children and themselves can become stressful.
Hmm.
Take, for example, children in which they're in maybe foster mothers or stepmothers, maybe not their real mother, and the person is maltreating them. The child himself can become stressful and start, becoming finding it difficult to sleep or finding it difficult to cope in class or in the environment they find themselves. Teenagers too can become stressful from any age. Like I said, children. So it can go from children to teenagers. Teenagers can become stressful, and this can happen from any age whatsoever. Take, for example, maybe in their school, if they are faced with one situation or the other and they don't know what to do, it can be a source of stress for the person. Take, for example, one of the subjects they are teaching in school, he doesn't understand and is not able to see anybody to relate with or to connect with or to share this with, to be able to, relieve that stress or be able to find a solution for that problem. Teenagers that are not able to do that can actually become stressful. So everybody can undergo stress no matter the age.
What is happening?
I hope you can hear me.
Yes. The internet is playing up like like we
Yes.
expect. Well, we thank God that we're still able to connect. Now, thank you very much. So you said it
Hello?
doesn't matter. Even children that are not teenagers can they have a way of buffering that. I think that's why children in exams they're doing exams. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good. So I said, yeah, children from the time they start writing exams and maybe going on social media and feeling peer pressure, that could stress them out as well. So I don't think it's age dependent. Anybody, as long as you have blood flowing in your veins, can face stress. I don't know about babies. So
I don't think so.
I'm not an expert. I don't know about those. But yeah, the next. Okay. So the next question I would like to ask, there are no questions on the platform, is what advice would you give to calm down a colleague who is stressed out about a deadline? What advice would you give? What would you expect us to, being our brothers or sisters keeper? How can we help others? You know, it's not all the time we face stress. We might see someone who is actually suffering from stress and we're like, oh, how can I help this person? What are your advice? What would be your advice?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. My advice for such a person: number one, you first identify the stressor, or which at that point in time is that you want to, get a deadline. At that point in time, if you discover that it's too stressful for you, you can decide to get support from co-workers. Take for example, you have to do some things and it's taking your energy, taking your time, and you don't even know how to go about it. Support from co-workers may be one of the things you can do in order to be able to meet the deadline. So talk to co-workers around you and say,
Internet.
oh, please, can you help me with it? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Oops, what's happening? Um, okay, viewers, if you're
To
still
get
here,
support from co-workers. Another thing you can do is that
um, I'm trying to let me take
okay, I think
myself.
I'm back. Network was bad, sorry. So one of the things you can do is that you can also organize and prioritize the work you want to do so that it may make it easier for you. So you can maybe take, for example, leave earlier for work, and then you can break the work you want to do into smaller bits for you to make it easier for you to be able to handle. Not only that, necessary, like I said, sleep is always a very good thing. So when you see that you even have a deadline to meet, it's not for you not to sleep at all. Please still take time to have at least some hours of rest. Why? Because when you rest, it helps you to be refreshed, it helps you to be able to cope, and you are able to do and undo difficult tasks. And the last thing is that you may also, like I said, delegate responsibilities to others, which they may be able to do in order for you to be able to meet the deadline in which you are after. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yes, so being our sister's keeper, being our colleague's keeper, being there to help others, we derive joy even when we help other people. So, yeah,
Since you
thank
are
you very
muted,
much. Am I? No, I'm not.
can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, we have another question saying,
I
okay,
can't hear you
someone,
at all.
all right, someone can hear me. So question on the, can you ask
Okay.
the
What are
question?
the effects of stress? Okay. So the effects of stress on the body, it can affect every aspect, like we said. It can affect your health. And what will it do with your health? It may make you to become depressed or to become anxious. And when you're anxious or you are depressed, you find it difficult to be able to cope with your day-to-day activities. And therefore, it will reduce your productivity at work. So at the end of the day, you are not able to do what you are supposed to do normally. You are not able to meet demands. And the last thing is that it affects your overall well-being. So it can bring other things onto your life. Take, for example, your relationship with your family, your friends, and the likes may also be affected. So, for the health issues, you can start having things like high blood pressure, which was not there before. You can start having things like insulin resistance, which now the lens of the age at the end of the day leads to diabetes. You can start having high cholesterol. So those are possible things that can, you know, that can happen when you are stressed out.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. That means stress is more like a magnet that attracts things, you don't want. It's like a magnet. So you want to eliminate that magnet from attracting other diseases. Can you hear me, my sister? Can you hear me, Dr. Adunmo? Can you hear me? Okay, if you can't hear me, don't worry. Others can hear me, but I will pose the question on here. Okay, so.
Okay, so yes, I am a Christian and I believe in God, and your belief or your faith can actually help you to overcome stress. How will this help it? Anytime you are faced with stress, having time
Okay, if you're still here,
with God has a
okay.
way of, for example, okay, casting your cares on God will help you to be able to relieve some stress. So when you are worried about something, say for example, you have monetary stress, maybe you don't have enough at that point in time, just put it upon God, and in a way, it helps you to have that relief and see that you can share what you are passing through with someone that's able to help you. So I feel that actually help us to be able to overcome the stress we are going through. When we are faced with a situation at workplace and we don't know what to do, and it's telling on our health, we can easily take it to God, and it will see that the solution or the way to go about it will just be shown unto us. So our faith actually can help us to overcome stress. Our belief in God, our trust in Him can help us to overcome any stress we are passing through.
Thank you. Thank you. That reminds me of a song. It says, "What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry all our griefs to God in prayer." Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what pain we often bear. All because we do not carry all our needs to God in prayer. So it's I think faith is a very wonderful vehicle we need, and it keeps our hopes alive. So I just wonder how some people who have no faith do it. How do they go through this troublesome world? How do they go through it? It will end up breaking. So stress can either make you or break you. And so we know of what happens in the mental institutions when it crosses a boundary. It goes when the headache crosses a boundary from headache to migraine to whatever. It begins to turn the head. So we don't want to go through that as children of God. So let's always remember your faith can help you overcome stress. Can you hear me now? Okay, she can't hear me
Can still
yet.
hear.
Okay, okay. I will put the next question on there. So, what is your favorite verse or
Okay.
Bible?
So, well, my favorite Bible quotes or Bible verse. Actually, I have a Bible verse that I love. Sorry, I have a Bible verse that I love so much, and that is Psalm 16, verse 11, that says, "Lines are falling towards in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage." I love that scripture very much. Why? Because it usually gives me encouragement that things will continue to fall into pleasant places for me, and I'll continue to have a good heritage with God. So that's my favorite Bible verse that I love.
Okay, 1 minute before you go on. Before you go further, let me ask people, what are your own ways of dealing with stress? What the viewers' ways of dealing with stress? Dealing with stress. Write in the comments down below. Yeah. So what are the viewers' way of dealing with stress? Write in the comment down below. Yeah. So I'm asking the viewers, what are the ways of dealing with stress? We can learn from ourselves. Maybe there's some points that I've mentioned here that you think, oh, this is what I do. Please share with us. Let us learn from you as well. And
Okay, ways of dealing with stress, Abby.
yes, for the viewers.
So, yes, for everyone watching us, thank you very much. And I believe that for every one of us, ways we can deal with stress, there are so many. One of the things is that you can find whatever you love doing, your hobby, maybe something you can go to do anytime you're stressed. Another thing is that you can decide to have a bath, a hot massage, or something. It will help you to relieve stress. Like we have said, having faith in God. So you can decide to go for fellowship and fellowship with other believers. That can also help you to relieve stress. Not only that, you can decide to listen to a music. It would really help to relieve stress. Another thing you can do is that you can decide to cook maybe the meal you love or take something that you love to do. It may help you to relieve stress. You can decide to watch a movie or something you love doing that would stir you up and help you to be able to relieve that stress. You can decide to read a book. You can decide to go for a walk or take a ride, go for hiking. All those things are things that you can do that can help you to relieve stress. You can decide to call a friend or family for support if you need any support in any way from them. You can also make a list of things that will make you happy or will make you make you feel happy when it happens. So doing things like this are things that you can use to deal with any stressful condition you have. Another thing you can do is you can have a journal and start writing things or thoughts of things that would really help or inspire you. So these are ways and many more that you can use to relieve stress whenever you're faced with it.
Thank you very much. I can see someone says, what I do is I start out by praying, identify what's the cause, and seeking help. Yes, seeking help. That's something most people don't do. We feel, oh, I should be able to handle it. I'll handle it. Especially, I don't want to say the gender, but be like, oh, yes, I can do it. I can do it on my own. Yeah, I don't need help. People have done it before, da da da. But seeking help is a very good step as well. Thank you very much. So we pray, praying about everything and anything, identifying what the cause is and seeking help. Thank you very much, Tolu Alunge, for sharing that. Thank you, Pastor Tolu. Anyone else has any way of dealing with stress? Like I am in the garden today. I'm thinking, why stick myself indoors? Just come out and relax in the garden. Get the vitamin H or whatever it is. Not the D anymore because this is afternoon already. Anyways, so thank you very much for coming on the program, Dr. Adunmo, on the program. I have to tap you out because you can't hear me. Yeah. So, thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
How can we reach you for further questions? I hope I haven't lost you there. Yeah. Yep. Let me. Okay, she's gone. All right. So thank you very much, viewers, for coming on the program. I hope she will be able to give us a roundup of the whole thing. I am so grateful that you were able to make it on here, and I really appreciate you coming on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear. Sorry, it was network.
I should have actually asked you to go out and come back in. Maybe that would have helped all this while. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on the program. Thank you for your time. I know you're a very busy person with ministry, with family, everything. But you had the time to come here to bless lives. I pray the Lord will bless you in return, and you will not lose your reward. The Lord will take care of all your cares, and you will look back on this and be glad that you blessed lives. So please tell us, how can viewers reach you for further questions?
Yes, you can actually reach me through my Facebook channel, Eyitayo Adunmo. Or you can also connect with me maybe she can easily give you my number to also connect with me. I'm always open to ask to your questions and to your concerns anytime you need it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate your time. And so thank you very much, viewers, for being interactive, for asking questions, commenting about how you deal with stress. I think there is, yeah, thank you. Thank you to Speaking Grace TV. Thank you to Tayo
Thank
Wusu.
you, ma.
Yeah, TW, Tayo Wusu. Thank you very much to Tolu Alonga, TA. Thank you, Dr. Adunmo. You are blessed. And God bless you all. Please, let's share the video. Let's send it to people who were not here. And if you've got any questions, I will definitely send it off to her to help answer. Thank you. I enjoyed the session. God bless you, ma. Thank you to my
Thank you.
sister, my sisters. Thank you very much, Sister Tolu Alonge. Thank you very much. Okay, Sister Tolu Alonge is saying thank you, Dr. Adunmo. Thank you for
Thank
your
you
time.
too.
Yes, thank you. God bless you and enjoy a lovely weather wherever you are, morning, afternoon, and evening. And God bless you. Take care. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, thank you very much. So remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and do whatever you have to do with this video to bless a life. God bless you and see you for another interesting one next time. Bye. Cheerio. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was a great session. Thank you. Bye.